Excellent. Good. Just a second. Where does it go? Let's go. Zoom. I think we're on. No. Thank you. Right, recording. Erev Tov, everyone. Rashi here quotes a remarkable medrash on this week's parsha. It's a medrash that personally has disturbed me for decades. It says, Vayeshev Yaakov. The verb Vayeshev indicates a certain serenity that a person settles, feels at home finally. So Rashi here quotes the Medrash, which says, Bikesh Yaakov leishev b'shalva. Yaakov Avinu, our father Yaakov, after such a difficult and eventful life, Yaakov is an old man already. He's gone through everything. Esav and Lavan and Esav again. And then the story with Dinah and Shem. So Bikesh leishev b'shalva. He wanted to sit in serenity and he wanted to quote the golden years, unquote. Right? Enough. He was crippled. Most of his life he's in danger, he's fleeing. So we can understand the first part of the Medrash very well. Bikesh leishev b'shalva. He wanted to dwell secure, serene, quiet, without controversy. Kofzo alav rogzo shel Yosef. But here the story is only beginning. The anger in the family, the dysfunction in the family, the story of Yosef and his brothers is now going to occur. So that for the next 20 years, not only will Yaakov not be Bishalva, but it'll be the worst period of his life. He'll say in tragic exasperation, Yosef einenu, Shimon einenu, Malaya yukulonu, I don't have anything left. So it's a perfectly understandable medrash, right? We can certainly empathize with our father Yaakov. We also are Bikesh leishev b'shalva. We're not looking for troubles now. We're not looking for great challenges. Bikesh leishev b'shalva. So kofzo alav rogzo shel Yosef. So the Medrash continues, and this is to me the wondrous part of it, that in heaven they criticized him for that. What do you mean, Bikesh leishev b'shalva? But I put you here that you should, relax. Lo daya l'tzadikim, is it not enough for the righteous, the world to come? The reward that they would have, they want this world too. So it ends up that the Medrash, instead of being empathetic to Yaakov, is critical of Yaakov. The Medrash sees a criticism of Yaakov for wanting Bikesh Leishe B'Shalom. So I don't know about you, but that always bothered me. I mean, Olam Haba is Olam Haba. That's one parsha. We see in all of our prayers are centered on this world. We ask for health, we ask for parnosa, we ask for family, we ask that we don't have bad experiences. We do that every day, 3 times a day. So evidently, it's a good thing to want to avoid all of these problems. So what happens here? What is the Medrash trying to teach us? I read a letter that Rav Steinman, Zeichet Tzadik Levracha, Aaron Yeleib Steinman, wrote. Steinman died when he was over 100. So when he was, I think, 95 or 94, he wrote this letter to somebody. He couldn't write anymore. He dictated the letter. And in the letter, he said, I cannot learn anymore. I cannot see. And I cannot learn anymore. But yet I'm alive. I'm still here. So I must still be here for a purpose. And then he describes what he felt his purpose was in spreading Torah and in being an influence on the Israeli society to the extent that he could, etc. So that even when he was at that advanced age, he still was, so to speak, publicly active. People came to him, and I think in his 90s, he traveled to the United States yet to speak at the Torah Masorah Convention. So he was publicly active. So he felt that somehow he still had a purpose. And I think that's what the Medrash means here. The Bikesh Leishe B'Shalva does not only mean that he wants a good time, or he wants to relax. Bikesh Leishe B'Shalva means he doesn't want to be active. He doesn't want to be, he's not here anymore. It's interesting. Chazal, when they wanted to describe a person that was 100 years old, they said, he's not in the world anymore. So if a person is not in the world anymore, so then there's no reason for him to be here. But until then, the person is supposed to be here. And that's what the Medrash meant when it said, Lo dayo, it's not enough, We're not talking here about schar, we're talking here about the obligation of a person. People can do things, people can still be of influence, people can still be the heads of their family, people can be people. And if Bikesh Leisha Bishalva means an abdication of all of that, so to speak, the person feels that he's over a bottle min ha'olam, that he's not here anymore, so that's a wrong attitude. Because everybody is important at all stages of life. Now, it's a question of adjustments. All sorts of problems exist. And there's no question that most people, when they're 90, are not what they are when they were 50 or 60. But the idea of Bikesh Leisha B'Shalva should not enter, Chazal said, should not enter into the human consideration. Because we're here for a purpose. In order to accomplish the purpose, we want to be healthy, we want to have parnasa, we want to have a family, we want to do something constructive. That's all in order that we should be able to accomplish purposes. That's not the goal in life. Those are the means in life. And part of the problem always is the confusion of means and goals. So I think that lies behind what the Medrash says. That somehow Bikesh Leisha B'Shalva, like he's closing the book. And in heaven they said, what are you talking about? We got a whole long chapter here. We got 4 more parshas in Chumash Breishis to write. You have to see Ephraim and Manasseh yet. And because of that, therefore, that's why the Medrash took this tone of saying, Lodayo, it's not enough. What do you mean it's not enough? We say it, Kolod Nishmoso Bi, as long as the person's alive, say he's alive, so if something can be done. Everybody according to who they are, what they are, where they are, and to the circumstances that exist regarding them. And the Ma'aseh Ovo Siman Labonim, therefore, applies throughout our lives. How to be productive and valuable at all stages of our existence, even when ostensibly it's Bikesh Leisha B'Shalva. That is one of the ideas that the Medrash wants to teach us. And I think it's an important idea that we incorporate in our own existence as well. Rabbi Chananya ben Akash Yomer Ratzah Kodesh Baruch Hu Lezakos Says Yisrael V'ficha Chirba Lehem Torah Mitzvot Shenem Adonai Chavetz Man Tzidko Yagdil Torah V'Yadir. It went dark. I don't know what that means.